Fracknation was a hoax from the beginning. When Phelim McAleer came to Dimock, Pennsylvania, he'd already planned to punk real contamination victims and frame them as liars and frauds. He lied to victims to get interviews, saying he was an Irish journalist doing a film to keep fracking out of Ireland. He got 4 interviews. He used one. Craig Sautner. Here's a bit of Craig and Julie Sautner's real story.
September 11th is when we noticed we had dirty water. So we called up Cabot, which is a gas company. They brought in well drillers, actual water well drillers, to see what the problem was, if they could drill us a new well, and they said no, we can't do it. The aquifer was messed up. I mean, it was dirty. So, yeah. And when that water was in the house, when it first happened, it wrecked everything in the house: silverware, dinnerware, wow. Pots and pans, clothes. School just started at the end of August. The kids had new clothes for school. It ruined their clothes. Yeah. The dishwasher was all plugged up. The washing machine and everything. They said, "Oh, just keep a tab of everything. Keep a list of everything that's bad, and we'll take care of that later on." They never did. There was gas in the water in the house, so now they had to add on to the system that we already had and put a big gas separator in it with a pump that runs 24/7. Pumping the gas out in a pipe that goes out the back of the house and up above the roof. And then they had to put an air hose pump in there to pump more air into it because it wasn't taking enough out. Then it started harboring bacteria because it was such a big tank. Then they had to put an ultraviolet light on it. And then
so it was one thing after another after another.
So we used that water probably for almost a year. And it was so bad sometimes that my daughter would be in the shower in the morning and she'd have to get out of the shower and lay on the floor because the gas was making her pass out. And then my son had like sores up and down his legs from the water. You broke out in hives, right? Yeah. Just the water trucks and everything. Yes. Oh my gosh, yeah. What they would do is they'd come into the top of my driveway and they'd pull over.
And they'd talk to each other.
And they'd sit there and let the other truck go by. Well, they kept on going on my driveway and just kept on wearing it down and down and down, So I said, why don't we just take some of those water jugs, fill it up with water, put it up there. Well, I'll tell you, that was the reason we did it.
It stopped them.
But it made a better impact because then people got to see what our water really looked like.
Oh my God, is that your water?
We don't want to be here.
I mean, I wish they could fix the water, but they said, the only way to fix an aquifer is never to dirty to begin with.
The next residence here is Craig and Julie Sautner, who have all kinds of claims of all kinds of chemical contamination, weapons-grade uranium, etc., in their well. But they've never shown any lab data to verify it. They just claim it.
Contamination of the aquifer by Cabot was proven by state regulators. Fracknation just leaves that out.
Meanwhile, every well around them is active and online.
I began to suspect that Craig Sautner's claims about contaminants, including weapons-grade uranium in his water, were greatly exaggerated, or maybe even false.
Yes, weapons-grade uranium was found in the polluted water wells of Dimock, including the Sautners. Craig and Julie Sautner are telling the truth about their water contamination. The Sautners are part of the largest known case of water pollution from the fracking boom. Phelim says they're just lying, out to get a big payout from a gas company. They're kind of like bank robbers.
You have a bank robber whose name I can forget. What's Willie Horton? Why do you rob banks? Because that's where the money is. Why do you sue oil and gas companies? Because that's where the money is. In Dimock, Pennsylvania, they were suing oil and gas companies.
Especially if you're involved, imagine if you're involved in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against something and you say, they poisoned me. That's called motive, to exaggerate, right? But these people, so somebody says, why would these people lie? And I'm going, what do you call it? Who's the bank robber? Willie Sutton? Willie Sutton. Why do you rob banks? That's where the money is. Why do you sue oil and gas companies? That's where the money is. You know, of course you would lie. Of course you exaggerate it if you're an unethical person.
You have the Sautners in Dimock, Pennsylvania, who have a mixture of motives. What do you call it? Who do you call the bank robber? Willie Sutton or Willie Lomax? Willie Sutton. Why do you rob banks? Because that's where the money is. Why do you sue oil and gas companies? Because that's where the money is. You've got the Sautners. They are they're interested in money and they're interested in fame. I think you guys have a bank robber here called Willie Sutton, Willie Loman, Willie Sutton, one of those. And people said, why do you rob banks? He says, that's where the money is. Why do you sue a gas company? That's where the money is. So they sue a gas company for money, and Mark Ruffalo comes and helps them.
Smearing the Sautners is a theme for Phelim. At a conference where he and his wife Anne were introduced by Gail Norton, Interior Secretary for the last Bush administration, they hit that theme again.
That if you put Craig in the movie, you will be sued.
Well, I just wanted to ask you a few questions. I mean, the people are very upset that you were saying the water is dirty. Do you agree the water is dirty?
Yes, I do agree with the water is dirty. Absolutely.
You said there's no contamination in the water.
No, they didn't. You're
Is
wrong.
there contamination in your water? What did the EPA say about your water?
Yes, there's contamination.
That's the main clip that Phelim relies on to make the Sautners look like liars. It's another intricate hoax. It looks like Phelim politely showed up to ask Julie Sautner a few valid questions. And when Julie Sautner seems upset, she comes across as irrational. That was the plan. Cut from the film are Phelim's repeated threats to take water from Julie's yard when she's not home. And anyway, Julie was not too happy with Phelim to begin with. She knew that Fracknation would wrongly frame her and Craig as frauds.
Okay. Can I just say something? Isn't my husband a bit of a hero, actually?
No. There's a thin dividing line between being a hero and being stupid.
Ray Kemble was there that day. He's there in the plaid flannel shirt. Ray Kemble's home was also polluted in 2008. One of Cabot's failed gas wells is 500 feet from Ray's front door. He and the Sautners and 9 other families in the neighborhood sued Cabot and ended up settling after a long and very difficult court case.
He pulled that stunt up there at Julie's house. Phone rings, it was Craig calling me. Craig Sautner. And he goes, listen, he goes, I'm at work. He goes, something going on there with Julie. He goes, get up there. He goes, and see what's going on. I said, Julie already called me. I'm going up, Craig. So I got up there, and Julie was, pulled vertical to the driveway. And this other vehicle sitting down the road a little bit. As I pulled up, they backed up, and I pulled in, backed into down into the driveway and parked by the garage. And walked up by Julie to find out what was going on. And she turned around and said, she was leaving, he stopped her. Made all sorts of threats to her and everything else. So she back up to the house and then, called me, blah, blah, blah. And then she said she called for the police. So while I'm standing there alongside the vehicle talking to her, he comes down with a camera and he starts an altercation with her. He was so damn mad because now she's not saying a word and he is just flipping off about this. So then finally the state police showed up. So he sees the cruiser coming out, so he immediately scurries back to his vehicle like he's done nothing wrong. So I stood there listening to what she told the police and everything else, and they went over to him, and again, we're talking about the Phelim plan, man. Okay, so the lies are just, oh, we didn't do anything, and and we're this and we're that. We didn't. And basically, the cops turned around and told him, You can't harass people on their property. Because if he walked on the property, took the water, walked on the house or anything else, which he turned around and said he was going to do once he left. So that was her concern, and she called the police, and they turned and told me, if you touch the property, go on the property or anything else when she leaves, he goes, that's classified as a criminal trespass, and he goes, And prior to Julie leaving, we had all the water jugs out there by the road. She used to have all the water jugs out there. But a lot of those water jugs were also the water from here, from my house. So we turned around and took all the bottles and we emptied them all out, so he couldn't get his hands on anything. So we dumped them all out. But that's what happened on that particular altercation.
How much of a distraction is he in your everyday life?
Well, he's a big distraction because everything he says is a lie. So as the affected landowner and ex-gas worker, along with other workers, is a distraction because he's taking the truth and rewords it out to a lie that fits him and puts it out there. Look at some of the crap that goes on. I mean, this idiot talks shit and people think it's gospel. I mean, listen to the crap he says. I mean, it's bold-faced lies. I mean, watch out the bit with the bus being here. I mean, the facts are being read, and these were legal documents being read right out loud to him. He didn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to hear anything that was being said. I want to see what Susan Sarandon has to say about that.
As Cabot agrees that this consent order and settlement agreement is valid, is a binding obligation upon Cabot and is a final order of the department, and neither Cabot nor any authorized representative agent or attorney of Cabot or representing Cabot in any court or administrative forum shall state or argue otherwise for any purpose. Now, if you need to know the document, it's a public document. Right there, DEP versus Cabot Oil and Gas. You'll notice that not one of the people that live here are on this document. This is an agreement between the state of Pennsylvania and Cabot for them damaging and agreeing that they damaged twice.
Well, I want to ask Susan Sarandon about that, and I want to ask Yoko Ono about that.
They're not interested in talking to you.
I want to ask Sean Ono
If they were, they would have spoken
They're public
to you.
figures.
Thank you.
I don't know why.
Hey, nobody bothered you when you were blabbing earlier.
The facts and the documentation's right there being read out to the media. So if you are a quote journalist, I guess you wouldn't have been standing there so smug and smirkish that you were, thinking you're better than everybody else when, CNN and everybody else, Rolling Stone magazine is listening to what's being said and read of legal documentations, okay? And he stands there smug and smirks at it, like it's garbage, it's a lie.
When Fracknation played in Montrose, the town nearest to Dimock, Phelim was there again to call the Sautners liars.
You can call it this, and you can call it that, and maybe the truth's in between, but and I know that to use the word liar is a very strong statement, but they are liars. These are not stupid people, although they do a good job of looking like it. But they lied. They did lie. Because you're not allowed to call someone a liar. Well, sorry. Where's the scientific evidence of your water being contaminated? You don't have any. How do you know there's uranium in it? You don't know. You're lying. You're making it up. You're scaring people. You're destroying people's futures in Dimock over your lies, over your lucrative lawsuit. So they lied about the conditions of their water here, and I know, and they can sue me for that if they want. I think everyone here knows who you're talking about. Should I say the names? Do you think I should say the names? Oh my God, what I'm sued. Oh. If I was to name the Sautners as liars, I'd be sued. Oh my God, I said it. Oh well, I'll have to wait for it.
He even suggested that the town hold a screening of the film on the Sautners' empty house.
Also, organise a screening. Why don't why doesn't someone? I know an empty house in Dimock you could use. Be very careful of the water, though. Apparently, there's 2 types of uranium in it. But wouldn't that be great? In the summer, have the film screened up against the side of a certain house in Dimock. It's empty now.
Why did Phelim McAleer make a film calling real contamination victims liars? He's part of an elaborate cover-up of the environmental damage the fracking industry leaves in its wake. So the next time you hear Phelim or someone else from the gas and oil industry claim,
there has never been a confirmed case of contamination of drinking water as a result of hydraulic fracturing,
just know it's a hoax.
You want a drink of this shit? Here's the water out of Dimock.